Hi, welcome to the vlog. Today I really want to start my knitting journal with you. So this is the journal that I got. It's just one off of Amazon called Tom, I think. And I really want to start documenting my knitting in this in an aesthetic way. So I'll show you what I've got already for my reading journal, which I think we might also fill up together this week. But like I used to have this, that was back in 2021, and I've not really touched it since, except lately. But like, you know, we've got some cute pages, I think. I really love this one also. So that's the one I'm working on at the moment, but we'll talk about that later. And yeah, I just really want to document my knitting in a more aesthetic way, and also in a more concise, is it concise I'm thinking of? Like more details than what I'm currently doing in my knitting notebook, which I mainly use to like note down how many rows I've got to knit for the sleeve, for example, to make sure I do the same thing on the other sleeve, because that's been an issue for me in the past. But this is more going to be about like the overall project, not just the knitting process, but like picking the yarn and like adding yarn labels, and also talking about the result, how I feel about it, if I wear it or not, and stuff like that. So I've printed some pictures of my projects as a finished project, but also the patterns that I chose, so like pattern sample photos from the designer, and I've got some yarn labels that I've kept for like since I started to knit, I think. And I've got some bits and pieces that I got as well, like some trash thing that I should have put in the trash but didn't. And I don't know exactly if I got all of the things that I want, but I thought we could start it together. So let me grab my coffee and let's get started. Okay, so in an ideal world, I would have done it in chronological order, because I'm a bit of you know, I like symmetry, I like things going in the right direction. But because I'm starting this 2 years late, I think I'm just gonna go like by what I feel like, you know, writing about. So I would quite like, I think here on the page here, I would quite like an introduction to myself, but I don't know if I want to use one of the pictures I've got here of me in a finished object. So I could do one of these, but then I don't think I would have any for like the actual spread on that project. So I think I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna just jump into a project page. So what I'm thinking is, depending on the size of the project, I might do just one page for that project, or I might do a double page. Or if it's like an accessory and it doesn't even like kind of deserve a full page, I might do, you know, some beanies on one page and then some socks on another. I'm not quite sure yet, so we'll just discover all of that together. finished one spread. I did start by my Marseille sweater, which technically is one of my first finished objects, or like the first one I started. It wasn't the first one I finished, but anyways, it's not perfect, but I think it kind of works, and it kind of gives you an idea of what I would like to do for the rest. So yeah, finished this, and now I'm gonna go and knit on my Sandro Pullover, the goal for this afternoon, which now it's like, I did that but I don't have my watch, it's like 3 p.m. I'm gonna go try and finish one sleeve, the first sleeve of my Sandro Pullover, which I think is doable because I've just got a few more rows of the cabling, and then I've got the ribbing to do, which should be finished today. So yeah. Actually, before I go back into knitting my Sandro Pullover, which this is my Sandro Pullover, and as you can see I'm almost done with the first sleeve. Before I go back into knitting that, let's just chat quickly about the books I've read the first few weeks of January and what I'm reading now. So I don't have my reading journal, but I'll show you that later. The first book that I read in January was The Last of the Moon Girls by Barbara Davis, I think, which I read alongside Morgan from Morgan Unraveled. She saw my vlogmas, during which I was showing like all of the books I had for my birthday and for Christmas, and she thought that was one of the books that I got because there was the word moon in the title, and so she reached out and she said, hey, do you want to read this together? And I was like, I don't actually have that book, which was really funny, but then I was like, actually I would really like to. I can get the book on Audible because I had some credits to use, and so we read it together, and it was so much fun to read it alongside someone. So, and we kind of had the same pace, so we could really, you know, share theories, because it was the premise of the book is like it's a murder mystery, as well as has some magical realism with like the main character and her family have some kind of magic, which spoiler alert if you want to read this book, but I'm not going to go too much into it, but I'm going to share a little bit about what I thought. And I liked the book at first. I really liked the premise, like the murder mystery, and I liked that it had a little bit of magic in it, and I thought the magic would contribute to the plot and would serve in solving the murder mystery, the murder, but it didn't, and so it kind of felt pointless to have the magic. It didn't really feel as though it was needed. And then there were some issues with the characters, like they weren't really coherent throughout the whole book. Like at one point a character was really gentle, really kind, and then in the next chapter he was really rough and answering as if he was angry, but there was no reason why, and so it just felt weird. So some things like that. So it was a 3.5 out stars for me, so it wasn't my favorite book, but it was a pretty good book to start the year with, and it was just really lovely to knit it alongside someone else. So we're going to try to read a book a month together, which is going to be really nice. We've not chosen yet the next book, so if you have any that you want to recommend, please do so in the comments. We would love to have some ideas, even though we already know some books that each of us want to read, but we're not sure which one we want to read together. So if you have any ideas of books that could be fun to read, you know, in a book club or something, would love to know. But then I decided to start the Divine Rivals, I think it's a trilogy. I know there's at least 2 books, maybe a third one is coming, I'm not sure, and I've been really loving it so far. I got quite far today. I think I've read like 3 or 4 chapters whilst I was doing the journal, and I'm really loving it, and I'm excited to learn more about what's gonna happen. I'll let you know my thought as I continue reading, but now let's go back to this. gonna say good morning, but it's actually like 4 p.m. now. But I showed you that I did work on my knitting journal this morning. I did the page on my levitate wrap, which I think turned out pretty good. I'm not like 100% happy with it, but I'm pretty happy with it. And yeah, I'm excited to work on some other pages over the next week. But I think for this weekend, 2 full spreads is enough because I really want to get a move on my Sandro Pullover. So I finished the first sleeve last night, which I showed you. Hopefully the clip of me trying this on is good enough. Otherwise, maybe I'll try this on later or over the next week. But I've started the second sleeve, so I've done the short rows. So now I just need to keep knitting in the round, you know, kind of mindless because I don't have to do the cabling row very often. And there is some short row shaping at the top of the sleeve, which I did, as you can kind of see that it's, you know, longer at the top, shorter at the bottom. My short rows in the Gynt don't look very neat. Like you can see that the stitches are not perfect, but good enough. And I'm so excited for this to be finished and to wear it. I think it looks gorgeous, and the sleeves are quite wide, which I'm really happy with. I couldn't follow the instructions because my row gauge is longer. I've got less rows to do than the pattern for 10 centimeter. So I stopped a little bit before the number of decreases that I had to make, but I'm really happy about it because it means the sleeves will be probably as wide as this one, the storm sweater. So that's great. And yeah, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna knit on this afternoon. Hopefully I can get half of the sleeve done. Probably not. If I can like reach this point in the sleeve, that would be great, like 2 cable rows. That would be fantastic. And then I will just have to do the rest of the sleeve during the week. So yeah, I'm gonna work on that. And I've listened to my book. I don't know where my phone is, but I've listened to my book, and yeah, I'm really loving it. I'm really excited to listen to it more. Really love the characters. I really love the pacing of the book. I like that we have both point of views. So what's her name? We know. I can't remember her first name. And Kit. Roman Kit, and I think now we've got a third one as well, which is interesting. So yeah, I'm excited to learn more about the rest of the story, but I think I'm just gonna watch some podcasts now and maybe even a series, we'll see. I thought I would update you. Apologies if you can hear the washing machine because it's on, but I have reached this point, which I'm pretty happy with. It is now 7 p.m. Yep, 7 p.m. My partner went to get some sushi, so we're gonna have sushi for dinner, which is usually what we do on Sunday evenings. We are not on Friday, although I wish we were. But yeah, I'm gonna eat some sushi because I am absolutely starving, and then I'm gonna get like 1 hour, 1.5 hours working on this again. So hopefully I can finish this cable row and then, or like finish this cable repeat and then maybe do one more, and that would be pretty good progress for today. I would be pretty happy with that. The cat wants to play also, so I'm gonna play with the cat. and I'm not sure when I'll film next because obviously I've got work next week, which means going to the office, so when I leave and when I come back it's still night. Sometimes I film, but I don't know if I will this week. But I will update you on my Sandro Pullover whenever, and I will also film if I end up doing another entry in my knitting journal. I thought I would just try this on to show you how the first sleeve looks. Obviously this one is scrunched up on the needle, so it's not looking the best, but I think this is absolutely perfect. I'm really happy with it. It's a bit tricky to show you. Can I put you on anything? I think this is gonna be better. Okay. So, ignore the mess behind me. But yeah, this is what it's looking like with the sleeve. And I mean, hopefully it'll look better when the second sleeve is on. I mean, I know it will, but I'm so excited. This is my first red sweater. And now I kind of really want a red agate cardigan, but also I saw that the agate was knit on 3mm needle. And so now that's gonna be rough, but I think a red one would be so pretty, so maybe, let's see. It's been a few days since I filmed. Today's Saturday, we are the 1st of February. January was a long month, but we got through it, and it's a sunny day, which feels really nice. I unfortunately have to leave my flat, which to be honest I'm not excited about. But yeah, I do have to leave to go to a doctor's appointment. But later today I think we're gonna do a little bit of knitting journal. But to be honest, I kind of just want to knit, so we'll see. We'll see. And tomorrow I have a lot of things to do in the afternoon as well, so I don't know how much I'm gonna get done on that front, but I do want to be knitting. I've got some updates to show you. Casted on to new things, but also just I finished this. It's not blocked yet, but I just wanted to show you. Yeah, I did want to show you before I block it, and I think it's perfect. I tend to pull it a bit, or to pull on it a little bit, because I can tell that it needs to relax, but I think it's so good. I can't wait to block it, but I'm filming a podcast tomorrow morning, so I want to be able to show it whilst it's still not blocked. Excuse the mess and the cat that's sleeping here, and there's another one sleeping here. They are very cute though. I'm gonna keep this on just for this clip, but then I'm wearing something else. Because it's not blocked, it does like need, yeah, a lot of stretch. Also, love the sleeves, love how wide they are, and like this is Flaminia's first design, and it's amazing. Like I'm so impressed by her. There are short row shaping here at the top of the shoulder and at the top of the sleeves, and it's just very well fitting. And I mean, you can tell that it can't, like the ribbing pulls in, which makes this weird shape, but I think when I block it, it's gonna widen at the bottom, which is gonna be lovely. And yeah, I just very impressed with this design. Like, the test knit went so well, and I don't think there were a lot of issues. There was a little bit at the beginning, but nothing too major, I don't think, for any sizes. So just once it's out, I'll let you know, but do check it out because I think it's amazing, and I'm already debating knitting another one. So, and I've never knitted something twice, well, except for gloves, but that doesn't really count. Anyways, I have cast on. Once I finished this, I was like, I really want to cast something on, and so I asked on Instagram whether I should cast on the Hottie Sweater hot water bottle cover, which was on my winter knitting plans, or if I should cast on the Matilda mittens, which I got for free when I won a giveaway on Instagram by Biches using Le Petit Lambswool by Biches. So that's what I casted on because that's what got the most votes, and also it makes sense, I think, to cast it on now when it's still a bit cold. I don't think I'll get wear out of it this winter, so that's why I wasn't, you know, thinking about casting this on now, but I think it makes sense. So this is what I've got, just the bottom of the cuff, and I've added a Latvian braid. However, it's very big, so I think I'm gonna frog and I'm gonna cast on again, but I think I love the colors, and I think the Latvian braid looks really cute, and it was really a lovely technique to learn, and it wasn't difficult at all. So if you've been wondering about how that works, it's just 3 rounds and you can learn pretty quickly. There's really nothing fancy about it, so highly recommend. And just for reference, this is a finished pattern. So I've added the Latvian braid. I'm gonna add it at the bottom of the cuff and at the top of the cuff just before starting the hand, and then the top of the mittens I'm gonna do more triangular than rounded like this is, which I do still have to figure out how I'm gonna do that. So, which I don't think it's gonna be difficult, it's just I think I have to do a different number of increases or something. Haven't looked at that yet. But then I also wanted to cast something else on, so my partner is away this weekend, which I miss him, but also it's kind of nice being alone in the flat. And I really wanted this weekend to be, you know, on my own, able to do whatever I wanted in the flat, which, you know, I would do the same thing I usually do, but just I would be on my own. But yeah, got a lot of things to do anyways. But I thought it would be nice to cast on his Zipper Sweater Light Man by Petite whilst he's away. He knows that I'm doing this for him. He helped me choose the pattern, he helped me choose the yarn and the color, and when I swatched for the light version and the regular version of the zipper sweater, and based on the swatch he chose the, you know, gauge that he liked the most, which was the light version, even though I'm not using the correct yarn for this. But anyways, so I cast on the Zipper Sweater Light Man last night. So I'm using Gilliatt by Natura. So this is a, I want to say, iron weight or worsted weight yarn, and it's 100% wool, and this one is in the colorway Merlot. So it's like a burgundy red color. It's absolutely stunning. These don't go together at all. But I think the camera has trouble picking it up. But anyways, and I think the light version is supposed to be knit in DK weight, so like fingering on a mohair or just a DK weight yarn. And I bought this yarn and I did the swatch. Like I did half a swatch of the light version and half a swatch of the regular version to see, you know, which one I liked more. And because I usually have to go up half a needle size or even just a full needle size for Petite knits patterns, I thought I wanted to get a thicker yarn to get, you know, I want this to be a very warm outside, like a very warm sweater that you can wear outside without a coat, or he wanted to have that, so I didn't want it to be too see-through. So that's what I went for. And also he really wanted to use one of the Rerum Natura's yarn because it's French, and he really liked the feeling of the other yarns that I used by them before, so Ulysse and Berenice. And this one is very soft. It's not like cashmere soft, obviously, but it is really soft. I would say it kind of compares to the Knitting Party Heavy Merino in the feeling, but just maybe a tad bit softer. And the ribbing looks absolutely amazing on this. Like the neatness is unbelievable. My ribbing isn't usually very neat, like you can see here. It doesn't look the best. And this is, oh, are you gonna be able to see that? Maybe like here, it's kind of blowing out a little bit, but yeah, I think you can see. This is so neat, and this is all I've done since last night, so that's like 4 hours of knitting. And I've not even finished the color, but oh, it's so lovely. Ignore all of the cat hair. This is the one thing I don't like about dark yarns, is that all of the cat hair is gonna show. That's the bane of my existence, but the feeling of this yarn is amazing, and I really haven't been able to put this down. I just want to knit and knit and knit on this, and yeah, it's absolutely lovely. So that's what I got done, and yeah, I think that's mostly what I'm going to be knitting on this weekend. And then also I want to pick up my Charlie pullover again, because it's been 2 weeks since I've knit on it and I really want it, so I have to get a move on. So anyways, that's a lot of chatting, and I'm going to be filming a podcast tomorrow where I'm probably going to talk about all of that again, but I hope you don't mind that I'm repeating myself if you watch the vlogs and the podcast. By the way, let me know, do you watch both? Do you only watch podcasts? I mean, I'm guessing you watch at least the vlogs, because if you don't, then I don't know why you're watching this one. Maybe because of the knitting journal content, let me know. But I am excited to do other pages on that journal. And yeah, I think I'm gonna be able to knit a little bit on the way to my doctor's appointment, which is like an hour away, so it's quite long. So that's like 2 hours back and forth. So I think I'm gonna bring my cashmere beanie, because I could have brought my mittens, but since I have to cast on again, I don't want to do that on the subway. And whilst I could also take the Zipper Soda Lightman, because it's just 1x1 ribbing, I think I would like to be, you know, casting off the beanie soon-ish, so I have to work on that. So that's it, I'll catch up with you later. Hi, it's been a few hours. I didn't really want to work on the knitting journal, especially because I'm waiting for a package to arrive to have some like background images, or like not images, but like some background cutesy paper. I'm gonna wait until I have those to do another spread, but I think I'm gonna film this into next week, so hopefully next week sometime during an evening I can do another spread, or else I'll do another one in the weekend. Anyways, I wanted to show you the progress I made on my Zipper Sweater Lightman. I've been knitting on this for like 3 hours now, I think, something like that. This is what I've got now. Can you actually, you can't really see. What is that? Okay, maybe here against the white. So it's a bit more than 10 centimeters. I think I'm at about 11 now. So I'm a bit more than halfway through the color, but I will say half of this, or like half of the finished color, took me 5 hours in total. No, even more. No, I think about 5 hours. So just so you know, it takes a while, but I'm honestly so excited to move on to the next phase and like to start the raglan yoke that I just wanted to work on this today. I think tonight I'm gonna switch to my Charlie pullover, so I have to switch my needles to that project because I stole it from them last night. Because I stole them from it last night, so I've got to switch back, which is a little bit annoying, but that's okay. Also, I think my Charlie pullover then is going to be on the 5mm needles, I think, and that's also the needle size I need to use for this. So that's not my best work to have exactly the same needle sizes for the same project. So I might have to cast something else on. Or I can just go back to my porcelain sweater, but I have to figure stuff out before I can knit on that, so I don't know. Anyways, this is just a rambly knitting vlog, apparently. Anyways, I'm gonna make some food for the next few days, and then I'm just gonna knit on the Charlie pullover, so I'll see you then. My tired face. Today's Monday. I didn't film last night because my sister was here, and it's just always a bit awkward to film in front of people. So I didn't film, but I thought I would show you the progress I made on the zipper sweater. I haven't touched the Charlie pullover yet, but I think tonight I'm gonna pick that up. But I've just been on a grind to knit on the zipper sweater, and I thought I might as well, you know, take advantage of my motivation to work on it. So I have finished the collar and I folded it down, and I have just started the shaping on the back. Oops, sorry, that's the... I love how lush and warm the neckline is feeling. I think it's gonna be great. I can't really try it on because I'm in the middle of a short row and my cable is quite small, but how can I show you? I don't know. Maybe like that? Yeah. I mean, it's not for me, but I'm gonna be wearing it because it's my partner and we live together, so so that's great. Why does this look like I've done the short row on the wrong side? Oh no, it's just because my... I got scared because I've been showing you this side, which is actually the wrong side, and I was like, oh no, what have I done? But it's just because I'm on a wrong side row. There's this bit of a gap here, but I think that's normal. It was a little bit, not tricky, but intimidating to knit the collar down with the kind of cast on edge. I had to be focused to do that, but I managed, and I'm very excited to knit the rest. I also want to show you one thing, but also I've been blocking my Sandro Pullover, which looks great. I'm hoping I can show it to you sometime this week when it's actually dry. But in the meantime, I've received my order of like the background stuff that I ordered for my journal. So one thing that I got that I'm really excited about is this thing where you put the paper in, and then when you press it, it cuts it into a round corner, which is really useful because all of the journals that I've got have got rounded corners, and so I always have to like cut with my scissors, but it's not perfect and it really bothers me, so I'm really excited for this. Then I got a craft knife because I did get one with like a board where you can cut it, but it just wasn't working, so I got one like this, which is really sharp. So then I got some cards just because I want to play with my partner, nothing related to the journal, although it would be really cute to have some playing cards to put in the journal. But anyways, maybe I can sketch some. I'm a really bad drawer, but you know. Then I got this little stamp of a coffee mug and some ink that's like green. I do have one ink that's black, but I thought it would be nice to have another one. And then for my backgrounds, I got this little sketchbook, which I'm not gonna use as a sketchbook. It's just that it's got these frames. It's got a lot of different frames. I think maybe I can like cut it in half and use half on one page and the other on the other page, so I think that's good, because I think it's always nice to have a cute frame. And then I got 2 of these origami booklets that you've got loads of paper, which I think is gonna be absolutely amazing. That's exactly what I was looking for, so that's great. Oh, I love this one with the little strawberries. That wasn't too expensive either, so I mean a little bit, but yeah. And then for everything else, I'm gonna try to only use trash things. So like I've already used, I think you saw on my knitting journal, I've already used like the labels of yarns and stuff like that, so that's always what I want to use. And for example, this paper I think I'm gonna keep, and I'm gonna just remove the tape, and that way I can use it also as a background and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all for the chatting. I think it's lunchtime, so I'm gonna eat some lunch and then I'm gonna do some more German short crochet shaping on this. I'm really excited for this one. I don't know why, but I really am. I think I was craving some stockinette project, and because this is a raglan, even though it does have German short crochet shaping and then some raglan increases, it's still pretty mindless, whereas my Charlie pullover is still at the stage where it's mindful, so especially when I'm doing the double knitting. After that, I think it's going to be a little bit more mindless, but yeah. Anyways, enough chatting, let's get on with it. Hi, I'll be wrapping up the vlog here. I haven't had time to do another spread on my knitting journal, but if you enjoyed watching me do those, let me know in the comments so that I can vlog future spreads for you. Maybe vote on which one I should do next. Should I do my camisole number 4 spread or my Monday sweaters spread? So like the junior version and the adult version. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Nobody's losing. Faces merchant change.